Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jim the Fuzzy, and welcome back to the Last Federation. When we left off, we were about to go help the Pel Teen military get spacefaring technology. The basic plan is that all we have to do is blow up some flagships. Essentially, there is some military operation going on in the upper orbits with some other alien races. Some of the guys who are already spacefaring. And they found some of our technology. We can come in, shoot down those flagships so it'll come crash onto the Pel Teen planet. And if we shoot down at least one, the Pel Teens will get spacefaring technology. And we'll get 21,000 credit. If we kill all the enemy flagships, we get a hydral tech. Which means we get a new spaceship upgrade. And either way, the Pel Teens will become spacefaring. We probably are going to lose a little influence, given that we're going to have to be blowing up flagships of people who are spacefaring. But the benefits with the Pel Teens worth far too much. Especially given the hydral tech we can get. Okay, who's here? Thoraxians. Joy. Some Peltian stuff, but it looks like just Thoraxians. Which is not as bad as I thought. Alright, how many flagships are out there? 3. Here, and here. Okay. Well, let's start off the easy way. Deploying our Operation Wolf. And then we'll deploy Operation Raptor. And or Operation Sharpshooter. And now we activate triple range and watch the chaos. And yeah, stuff's getting blown up. I don't think we're gonna be able to get those Thoraxian pilots. Not that it really matters, but I'd kind of like to try. I wish I'd noticed them last turn, but hey. Yep, they're all dead now. Anyway. We have enemy fleet to be destroyed. We took out one flagship, so our mission is accomplished. However, we haven't yet got our complete reward. So, let's shift to our energy blaster. Let's cut through the shields on this thing, because it still has a whole lot of them. And then once we're done with that, we can go deal with this little whatever it is over here. And auto fire is wonderful, because those shields are almost gone. And so's the hull. And I'm going to shift to this, and I'm going to shift to our minigun, and I am going to tell it to open fire at whatever it sees. And it is taking some stuff out pretty effectively. And quickly. So I'm gonna set our movement this way. So I appear to be mostly dodging stuff. Or let's just, you know, triple range. Let's do that again. Alright, let's get moving. Minigun is again active. Another Thoraxian flagship destroyed. We're down to 1. And it's this thing, and I think, yeah, it's this thing, and it wants... So everything that's getting deployed is essentially weak to my minigun, which... You know, that's fine by me. I'm not gonna complain if I have a, one weapon that kills everything in sight.
The Pel Teens are now spacefaring. They are soft and weak. However, they have a penchant for blowing things up from orbit. They may be easy allies to win over.
Right, we lost 2 influence with the Thoraxians because we blew up some of their ships. We also destroyed some of their space power. 30 base and 84 factory power, and they lost 1 armada. And because we destroyed all the enemy flagships, we just gained the Spreadshot, which I was just thinking about. And the Peltons really like us now, so there's that. And we got lots of money. So the Pel Teens are spacefaring, and... Uh-oh... The, Thoraxians had a huge surplus of a resource. Yeah, that's a huge surplus. At terbium, they had almost 500,000 points of it. And they're using it to get, essentially, a 50% boost to all their space combat power. And they're losing 4,000 per month, so they can probably only keep it up for another... Well, if they don't use anything that requires terbium to build... They'll be able to keep it up forever because they're getting over 5,000 terbium per month. So, there's that. It's one thing I've always wondered about is Minigun versus Spreadshot. The Spreadshot is essentially the minigun, but instead of the fast fire rate the minigun has, that just fires lots of bullets in a straight line, it fires them in a very large arc. So it says it does a lot more damage, but you really have to hit it with all the projectiles to get that to count, I think. It does have good fire rate, and it's a lot harder to dodge, though, so... Maybe it's useful? I don't know. I'm gonna stick with the minigun for now. But... I think we might be able to get the Pel Teens up to speed on space power. Let's give them lab-grown meat. Because voting proxies. Alrighty. And the boost to space power from basic subatomic weapons. Let's give them that. Awesome. And now I'll explain how the Pel Teens work. Pel Teens have voting proxies. Each world you, okay. The Pel Teens have a collective. Your influence of that collective is entirely based on voting proxies. You can cash in those voting proxies in order to get them to do things. Every time you earn 10 influence with the Pel Teens, you get 1 voting proxy. If you do anything directly for that planet, you also get 1 voting proxy for every point of influence you help them with. So, every tech we just gave them was just worth 6 influence. So we got 6 voting proxies from giving them the technology, and another 0.6 just because it was improving their influence. Which is why we have more than 18 voting proxies, because we're picking up voting proxies from the Peltians being impressed by us blowing up space pirates. If that makes sense now. But we can do things like spend a whole bunch to colonize a moon. Which will, you know, the usual moon colonization thing. But we will get a voting proxy out of it. So, trade deals. Ah, they can trade with the Thoraxians. That's interesting. And I think I want the Thoraxians to be friendly with the Peltians, because the Thoraxians are one of the big threats to the Peltians. So if they actually like each other, they're less likely to be, murdered instantly just for the sake of it. So yes, let's do this. We will get 1.1 voting proxies, and we're gonna spend 8. Because we get 1 influence with them because, hey, we're benevolent diplomacy. So, execute that deal. And nobody else wants to trade, so let's, military, we could get them do stuff, but no. Federation. The create Federation for safety. This is an interesting one because it's something only the Peltians can pull off. And they need to be really good friends with the Andors and the Skylaxians. And the Skylaxian Andors also need to be really good friends with the Peltians. So, we should get them to colonize a moon. In order to try and get more resource income, so they can set up trade routes with the Skylaxians and the Andor. Alright. Now we get to sit back and watch for a moment while a little time passes. Alright. And now, do they have any trade deals available? No, they do not. And we don't have enough voting proxies to get them to colonize another moon. So we need to do friendly stuff with them. Like, gift them some technology. There is absolutely no point in giving the Pel Teens any ground military stuff. It takes 10 Pel Teens to match one civilian of another race. That's not the Burlust or Thoraxian civilians. In other words, for every soldier that lands on a Pel Teen planet, assuming they've got just normal base combat strength, the Pel Teens have to throw 100 soldiers at that enemy soldier in order to win the fight. Sounds really bad, right? Well, to an extent it is. Alright, we just got a bunch more voting proxies. And nanometallurgy. Good. Property development, is there anything I can give them? Ooh. Did I ever give them... I think I gave them the meat vats. The one thing that really helps Pel Teens out, though, is they have suicide bombers. They basically drop these suicide pods from orbit, which just trade 1-for-1 with any enemy soldiers. So where normally it would take 100 Pel Teens to kill something, if they get in orbit, they can trade 1-for-1. Which, needless to say, is a very, very strong advantage. The problem is, if anyone lands on the Pel Teens planet, the Pel Teens are dead. Alright. So, we have improved things. We've got enough voting proxies that, we might be able to get another moon colonized. Okay. That's some Xeno time. In fact, I am going to get a, second one. And now we got some uranium income. So now we can just wait a moment. There we go. Look at the race relations, and the Thoraxians and Pel Teens are starting to not hate each other as much. I mean, that's a good thing. Are there any trade routes I could broker with you guys? Nope. No trade routes available to broker, but you do have a lot of resource income now, I think. Some uranium, some xenotide, molybdenum is the only one you have, really. You could do a trade route with. Alright. Well, I guess that, no uncolonized moons, okay. So, anything that we do is gonna have to be based off of mines. So, you can just clear this list out. And now we gotta ask if we want to help spend a lot of time. Because one of the structures you can build under property development is resource production, these mines, and you can get up to 45 per planet, and each one provides 10 of a resource per month. So, one thing about you doing the building, working with them, is that your build, you build them at half the cost. University. Let's get one of those up. Which will also give me a voting proxy. Alright. It's also gonna be a decent amount of cash. So...
Hey, someone got the black bubbles. The video feed of this is pretty crazy. You have to come see.
Uh-oh. Okay. Got the voting proxy. And because they got so much molybdenum, they're going to... They've got a huge birth rate boost for the moment. Okay, useful. Skylaxians just got the nastiest, one of the nastiest diseases around. I think we are going to have to go help them. Research a vaccine. And I don't remember how to do that offhand. Maybe I can't. Alright. Well. Do they have any ability to trade with anybody? The Thoraxians? Well... This is also a very good thing. So, let's get started on that. Alright. Any other trade deals I can do? I can actually do 2 with the Thoraxians. Which is even better. Alright. Or 3. Okay. So, they now have 3 trade routes, and that just took us 6 solar months. So, wow, that's just huge now. Even though they've got that plague. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough for this episode. We've gone a bit over. But, at the same time, we managed to make quite a bit of progress with 3 new trade routes. Skylaxian Trade Fleet. Notice, Captain does not have key to cache safe. Humor. Sometimes it's good. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I have been Jim Mother Fuzzy. I hope to see you again next time.